Welcome everyone. In this video, we are in the Love Cup, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Crustle. Crustle's a very strong pick for the Love Cup, guys. With its unique typing of bug and rock, there isn't a whole lot that can hit it for super effective outside of, water type damage, of course. Crustle deals with the fire types in this meta extremely well. And it also takes care of those bug types that you're seeing quite a bit of. A lot of people are running Ariados. Crustle just gobbles up those opposing bug types for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It applies heavy fast move pressure, of course, with SMACKDOWN. And those SMACKDOWNs do have stabs, so they hit a little bit different coming from Crustle. Crustle's going to be in the back on this team. And also on this team, we've got good old Medicham on the lead. Medicham's a strong lead in the Love Cup. It does have some issues with the Charmers, of course, and the Poison types. It does struggle up against Slowbro as well. But just about everything else in this meta, Medicham can do extremely well with. Makes a strong neutral lead in most cases with Medicham. And for the moveset on Medicham, guys, we are actually running Power Up Punch, not Ice Punch. I highly recommend running Power Up Punch, as Ice Punch does not have very much use in this meta, guys. A lot of people think that it could be useful up against those Talonflames, which it could, but in most cases, you're going to want Power Up Punch because there are a lot of water types in this meta. And you're going to want Power Up Punch to boost that counter damage and provide excellent bait potential. And also on this team, we've got Electrode on the safe swap. Guys, one of the strongest, not only one of the strongest safe swaps in this meta, but one of the strongest Pokemon overall in the entire Love Cup. Electrode is amazing, guys. There is virtually nothing in this meta that can hardwall Electrode. And guys, I do like Foul Play on it for the mirror matchups. It's really nice to deal some nice neutral damage if you find yourself in those Electrode mirror matchups, which is extremely likely as a lot of people are using Electrode in the Love Cup, justifiably so. It is extremely strong, so it's going to be the safe swap on this team. And without further ado, guys, let's get right into this first battle. I had fun with this team, guys, and we are met with a Shadow Scizor on the lead, so we can stay in here. We don't really want it anywhere near our Crustle because with that Steel type fast move and Bullet Punch, we would actually be taking super effective. So this Pokemon here is squishy enough to where we can stay right in here and take it out. We're going to throw one Power Up Punch here and then look to counter it down. They don't elect to shield that, and we're going to counter this Shadow Scizor all the way down. And they bring in a Medicham of their own onto our own Medicham, so we are boosted, guys. We are going for this Psychic. It will hit for neutral damage, as Medicham is part fighting, and that does quite a bit. So we're going to make an aggressive play into our Electrode, and they've got their own Crustle in the back on their team. You love to see it. So we're going to look to get off a Discharge. This would do quite a bit of neutral damage to the opposing Crustle, and we do draw a shield. That is amazing. So we have our Crustle left, and what we want to do is chunk some health on this opposing Crustle because our Medicham is very low. So we are going to shield up the X-Scissor and try and get off a Discharge. We need them to let this through to give our Crustle the best chance to close this endgame, and they do let it go. That is amazing. So now these Volt Switches are really starting to add up. We're going to let our Electrode go down, and we're going to put all of our chips on our Crustle to close this game out for us. So here we go. We're going to smack down the opposing Crustle, and we've got Medicham left, guys. Still relatively healthy. They're going to look to get off a Power Up Punch to really vamp up that counter damage. But the beauty of Crustle with the Bug Rock typing is we do not take super effective damage from fighting type moves. That's what makes Crustle a very strong Pokemon in the Love Cup. They're going to throw another Power Up Punch. We're not shielding that. Going to pressure that last shield with an X-Scissor. We really don't need to throw this, guys, because at this point, it's going to come down to fast move pressure. But we're going to make an aggressive play into our own Medicham to do some more damage with our counters. And we do force them to throw energy. That is amazing. Now, one SmackDown will take out this opposing Medicham, and that is going to be a good game. All right, hopping into the next match, we got Alomomola on the lead. Pretty neutral lead for us, guys. We because it's so bulky, we do want to stay in here a little bit and play this out a little bit. We're going to look to go for a Psychic, as our Crustle wants no part of an Alomomola, and we can't really go into our hard counter of Electrode. So we got to kind of stay in here a little bit. They did shield up our Psychic, which is very odd, which generally means that they're weak in the back. So we're going to make an aggressive play into Electrode just to see what they have. And they meet us with a Shadow Vileplume. Very interesting. This is another reason why I like Foul Play, guys. It's the same energy cost as Discharge, and it deals tons of neutral damage, guys. Can you imagine just building up for days to get to that Hyper Beam? And yeah, Foul Play is the way to go. You got much more flexibility with it, I think, on the safe swap. We do take out the Vileplume, very interesting. So they meet us with an Electrode of their own. So we're going to come in here with Crustle. It is basically dead weight, having a fairly healthy Alomomola in the back, guys. So we're just basically going to sack our Crustle. Our poor Crustle has to take all this damage, and we're going to put everything on Medicham to close this game out. They have excellent timing. They do throw that Discharge just as we get to our X-Scissor. They meet us with the Alomomola. Gonna look to bait with a Power-Up Punch. If they no-shield this, and they do, we're just gonna go straight Power-Up Punch from here, guys, because at this point they will outpace us. We're gonna shield up the Psychic. That would do quite a bit of neutral damage to us, and our health is getting pretty low, guys. Gonna look to go for this next Power-Up Punch here. They may let this go and try and take us out with their Electrode, and they do, but they still live. My goodness, Alomomola is so bulky, guys. It's unreal. But we are very much boosted at this point with these Power-Up Punches, guys. We're going to go for another one. I do imagine this gets the shield, and it does, and that is amazing. We need to get to another Power-Up Punch here. This won't quite take out the opposing Electrode, but they are 1 volt switch off from the Discharge, and the counter registers before their volt switch, and we take out the Electrode. Medicham going beast mode in the Love Cup. You love to see it. That's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. Medicham closing the game strong. Such a fun Pokemon, one of my favorites. And we are met with a Seaking on the lead. Very fun pick for the Love Cup. We're going to make an aggressive play into Electrode, as we have 2 solid answers to Seaking. And they meet us with a Medicham of their own. So this is okay. We're just going to do as much damage to this Medicham as we possibly can. We're not going to shield anything. We want to save our shields for Crustle to sweep the endgame. So what we're not because it's particularly squishy, but it does function very well with a shield advantage because it has a slow fast move. So we're going to come back in with our own Medicham, shield up this Psychic, and look to load up on energy. We know that they're going to get to another Psychic, so we are going to look to go for a Power-Up Punch. Not expecting them to shield, but this is the more energy efficient move, because now with the boosted counters, we can much more easily counter down this opposing Medicham and really load up on energy. We're going to tank this Psychic here. We can tank it. And they make an aggressive play back into their Seaking. So we're going to look to go for a Power-Up Punch. They know that we were farming for days. They may throw up a shield, and they do. So now here we go. We are now twice boosted, guys. We're going for this Psychic. They may not want to go down completely on shields. And oh, we say bye-bye to the Seaking. Holy smokes. Medicham, so strong. And we're going to make an aggressive play into our Crustle. They come in with a Electrode. So we're going to play this out here. Try and get rid of this Electrode with our Crustle. We do tank the Discharge. No problem. We can tank that. Going to look to go for the X-Scissor, because we really need to get some damage off on this Electrode. We do grab that last shield. That is amazing. Going to try and get to one more X-Scissor. Oh, but they look to snipe us with their Medicham. That is unfortunate. We're going to come back in with our own Medicham. We are up a shield, but our health is extremely low, guys. Gonna look to get off this Power-Up Punch. I'm not sure that it is quite enough to take out the Electrode, but one counter does the trick, and we say bye-bye, Electrode, and we say good game. Well played to this battler. Medicham closing strong yet again, my goodness. Such a strong Pokemon, holy smokes. And we are met with a Slowbro. All right, not a good lead for us, guys. We're going to actually go into Crustle, as Electrode is actually our best answer to Slowbro, of course, with that water typing. So you never want to meet them with your best answer. They tried to catch there, but we held on a little bit, expecting them to catch. There's no reason for them to stay in there. They make a play into a Licky Tongue, so we go for the harder hitting move and Rock Slide, as most battlers are not going to shield their Licky Tongue. So we're going to go for another Rock Slide, and I'm not expecting them to shield either. A lot of people get really overconfident with their Licky Tongue, justifiably so, because it can tank a lot of damage. It is very bulky. We do shield up the Power Whip. That's an amazing shield, so now we can just farm right down, and Crustle has successfully flipped switch advantage for us. Gonna look to go for this X Scissor. That is the way to go, as it will be doing super effective damage to Slowbro with that psychic typing, and they do confusion us down. But guys, we got another answer for Slowbro. We've got Electrode in the back, and gonna tank this psychic. We can tank one. Electrode is not completely made of paper. We can tank some damage, no problem. And they try to catch again. For some reason, we go for this foul play. I don't know why. We weren't. I mean, the move would have been to throw Discharge on the Slowbro, but for some reason, we hit foul play. I saw the catch as well, so it's okay. We chip the health onto this Crustle, so now Medicham can tank this, no problem. A Psychic from Slowbro is actually going to do more, and they see the writing on the wall. They knew we were just going to counter them down and have loaded energy. They can see the match. That's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. All right, hopping into the next match, we got Alomomola on the lead. So this is a decent lead for us. It is very close, but Medicham does win this. So we're going to look to play this out a little bit, as our Crustle wants nothing to do with an Alomomola. You got to keep that Crustle far and away from those Alomomolas. We're going to look to go for the first Psychic here, and they do let it go through. So we're going to make an aggressive play into our Electrode. What I should have done, guys, was just stay in and take out the Alomomola. Not having... should have been more confident and had more trust in Crustle, guys. That's, to be honest. Played this game. We made a lot of misplays here, and we were kind of all over the place. But they meet us with a Shadow Electrode, and we should have probably fought harder for switch if we were going to be that aggressive with our Electrode, but we let it go down, and we come in with our Crustle, and right about here, I have a sneaking suspicion that they have something in the back that can take out our Medicham, which is why they were looking to soft lose lead with their Alomomola, and they're, of course, going to come back in with their Alomomola. That's the answer for a Crustle, of course. So we're going to make a play back into our Medicham, and there it is. The Ariados in the back. We just made a lot of misplays in this battle here, but we're going to try and pull this out, guys. They go Cross Poison. The way to go is to go straight lunge on Medicham. It's not worth it to try and fish for that boost, guys. The more solid gameplay is to go straight lunge on Medicham. It's going to do more damage, and you're going to be debuffing that attack. Just in case you happen to, let a Psychic go through, lunge is the way to go. Straight lunge. Not worth it to fish for that boost, in my opinion. But we did bait that shield with a Power Punch. Gonna look to bait again. We kind of have to, guys. We got to get those shields down, and we're going to try and catch. Our switch timer is just not up, guys. Oh, my goodness. We're trying to make it work, but we do get to the Psychic. They make an aggressive play into Alomomola to try and snipe us, but we had the move right there, guys. If we had just thrown our X Scissor, we would have possibly won this game because we had the Psychic stored, but now we're forced to throw the Psychic to take out the very tanky Alomomola. We needed that Psychic to take out the Ariados. We just made all kinds of misplays in that battle, and it definitely cost us the match. But that is quite all right, guys. As I use Crustle more in the Love Cup, I will get more comfortable with it. That was just mostly out of not being too comfortable with Crustle and knowing what it can take and what it can't take. But that's all right, guys. This is how we learn. This is how we get better. No big deal. We still did very well with this team. This is a strong team for the Love Cup, guys. Medicham on the lead is very strong. You could even go Electrode on the lead. You're going to have much more neutral play in the lead with Electrode. I might actually try that if I do decide to run this team again. I might actually just go Electrode on the lead. Now that I think about it and playing the team more, it seems that's the way to go, as it makes a little bit more sense in terms of team building, as Crustle doesn't want anything to do with the Alomomolas, and Electrode will easily handle those Alomomolas, and Medicham makes for a fantastic safe swap as well. So yeah, but I liked Medicham on the lead. It is a very strong lead in this meta. Medicham is just strong no matter where it is in these Great League formats. Such a strong Pokemon, so overpowered. So the way this team works is Medicham doesn't want to have to deal with Talonflame on the lead or a Charmer. So we've got two Pokemon in the back to primarily deal with Talonflames on the lead. So if you're met with a Talonflame, you safe switch into Electrode. Again, Electrode hits like a truck. It's good for grabbing shields. It can do a ton of damage. Some leads that you really don't want to see are Slowbro. Of course, you don't really want to see Talonflame on the lead, and the Charmers. So any losing lead, you're going to hard swap into your Electrode. Hopefully draw out a fighter like Scrafty or an opposing Medicham. That's the goal of Electrode on the safe swap, is to draw out a fighter, because most battlers, they know that the fighters do beat Electrode. Both Scrafty and Medicham beat Electrode. So if they have one in the back, they're much more likely to bring it in onto your safe swap, especially if it's a Scrafty, because Scrafty wants nothing to do with Medicham. That way, once you draw out the fighter, Crustle doesn't have to see it, because the fighters, of course, are resisting the fast move pressure, and they only take neutral damage from X-Scissors. So Crustle does not like the fighters, even though it does take neutral damage from the counters and fighting type moves. It just does not have the best matchup up against fighters. So losing leads, you want to swap into Electrode, try and draw out a fighter. If they have it on their team, they're most likely going to bring it in onto your Electrode. Then you can come back in, play it out with Medicham, and with the fighters out of the way, you should have a good game with Crustle in the end game. And that is how this team works. It is so strong, guys. If you have a Medicham, definitely take full advantage of it and run it in the Love Cup. Medicham is extremely powerful. And again, Power Up Punch is definitely the way to go. Ice Punch is not going to be very useful in this meta. You definitely want Power Up Punch because it is more energy efficient than Ice Punch, and it provides excellent bait potential. So I had a blast, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.